Hello.
Hello,
How are
Kay.
you?
Long time.
Long time. I am here with our guest who is on the spotlight today, the incredible, amazing Chike Nweke. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you so much for having me. I'm
Oh,
really glad to be
it's our
here.
pleasure.
Yes.
So I'm at a convention and I run into you and I don't know you, but you only have 1 minute to tell me who you are and what you do. Here's your opportunity. Who is Chike Nweke and what do you do?
My name is Chike Nweke. I publish Life and Times magazine and all the publications in the Life and Times media stable.
Yes.
We aim basically to, in our little way, change the discussion about Africa and correct the negative stereotypes that have been associated in the Western media. Because all you hear about Africa is the negative, but we want to focus on the great things that are happening in the
Wow.
continent of Africa.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
Yes.
a big step. But you know, you have to start somewhere. So,
Sure.
how did you get started? What led you to this?
You know, a friend of mine died in 2010. His name is Ugo Anokwenze, and he did so many great things in his life. And we started with a project to celebrate him in death. And this led to Life and Times magazine. And it's amazing the kind of reception we've gotten so far in this last 5 years. We started in 2010. This is our 50th anniversary. And it keeps growing and getting better.
That's
Because
awesome.
people are beginning to appreciate the message we have. People are beginning to see that the single story about Africa is not true.
Mm-hmm.
Beginning to appreciate the fact that here in America, 50% of Ivy League graduates who graduate from American schools are Nigerians and Africans. And another amazing statistics, which will amaze you that Nigerians are among the highest educated demographic in this country,
Amazing.
ahead of even white Caucasians. I think the only group that is doing a little bit better than us are the Asians, but we're highly educated people, highly enterprising people,
Wow.
highly hardworking people. And this does not get celebrated. All you hear is the
The
negative.
negative, yeah. In the last couple of days, I read a few headlines. One guy, I'm not sure if it was Apple that bought an app that he invented.
Yeah, it's called Hotspot. His name is Uchenna Icheruo.
There you go.
He started Hotspot after he left Harvard University.
Mm-hmm.
And about 2 years ago, Apple started talking to him, and last year they closed a $6 billion deal to buy over WhatsApp. And what Hotspot does basically is, if you walk into a city, say you come into Oakland or San Francisco, Hotspot tells you all the bus terminals, all the train terminals, all the eateries,
Wow.
all the hotspots that are happening in town.
It's hot.
You get it from that app. It's hot.
And that's our guy,
And
right? That's
so
amazing.
done by a young Nigerian man, you know.
Yes.
He's I think he's barely in his 30s, but
Wow.
so
That's
nobody
incredible.
knows
Those are the
that
kind of
nobody will
messages that
attribute
you
it
want to
Nigeria.
project more of rather than the negatives out there.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, and I've seen a few more, several getting accepted into several Ivy League schools or graduating from Ivy League schools, and just many inventions that are happening. So this is a
Yeah,
good time.
Yeah, it's amazing. Do you know, last week we covered an event in Riverside, California, and this is simply an amazing story.
Wow.
Dr. Acho Emeruwa, he's a Nigerian gynecologist that is based here in Riverside, California.
Yes.
3 of Acho's children, all 3 of his children graduated from Columbia Medical School. Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
And they went ahead, the son, Acho Jr., went ahead and got an MBA from Harvard. The other 2 went ahead and got master's degrees in public health from Columbia and Harvard.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. It's a very rare feat, and it's something to get excited about.
I'm excited.
So, yes, so the point we are making, every society has bad people.
Yes.
America has bad people.
Oh,
So
yes.
also Nigeria has bad people. But the truth of the matter is
Yes.
that we are doing great things and contributing greatly to the development of the world. Yes.
So my chair was just doing its own number live, but
that's part of the fun.
The show must go on. I'm like, whoa. the message was so powerful that my chair was like, whoa, that's amazing. So the next thing I ask is, what inspires and motivates you to do all that you do? I mean, besides being a Life and Times editor and program director and everything that you do, you're also, you're married, you have kids, you have a business, you're involved in community activism. I mean, how do you do it? What inspires you and motivates you to do this every day?
On a funny note, I'll say that keeping busy keeps you out of trouble.
I know exactly what you mean. And you also write, too.
Busy keeps you out of trouble. You don't have time for gossip. But on a more serious note, I want to leave a mark in society. Serving the community is something I do naturally, something that comes to me on the whip. I don't have to struggle to do it, and I've been doing it for a long time. Yes. Starting from when I was a student leader back in the late 80s and early 90s back in Nigeria. I've always loved to serve. Any way to lift a finger to help society, I am there. So,
that's amazing.
And I love the energy that it gives to you. You always have your plates on the go, things to do all the time. And for me, really, our society is one that is growing. Our community here is growing, and we have to build a strong community. We have to get involved. Like today, we are running an election for one of our own that's running for city council in the city of Carson. They came to me and said, look, can you help us promote this candidate? And we are running a solid campaign, and we believe God, at the end of the day, we're going to have victory. So it's all part of growing our community and giving us a voice.
Yes.
Others have done it. I've seen a strong Asian community emerge here, a strong Latino community emerge. And it is time the African diaspora have a strong community that has to be reckoned with in America. Not just going to work and going back to our bedrooms to sleep at night.
Yeah, it's almost like just living a life without a purpose. So
I know, we can do better than that. And that's something you preach all the time, Keke, and I really applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Your life has to be purpose-driven.
It has to be. Otherwise, you're just mediocre and it's mundane.
You're just existing.
Taking up space. I always tell my kids, I'm not raising you to just exist. Even if I had $1 million or I'm a multi-millionaire, I want you to stand for something so that you can do something. It can even be helping the sick, feeding the poor, but don't be idle.
That's true.
Because like you said, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. If you're not busy doing something purposeful,
you have to be busy doing something negative.
Because the only currency we have in common, every single one, is, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
So so we have to use it wisely, and the time waits for no one. If you waited until 5 years to start this dream that you had, you would be 5 years late.
I know, I read somewhere that, the richest place in the world is the graveside.
I agree.
And why is it? Because that's where a lot of unfulfilled dreams are buried.
Seriously.
So you keep procrastinating. I'm going to do this tomorrow. Before you know what is happening, you're 70 years and too tired to do anything.
And the time is now, and you're resentful, and you wish you had, and you're trying to tell the younger people, and they're like, why are you telling me you didn't do anything with your life,
I know. Again, that's true, because you have to live a life that inspires the young around you.
Exactly.
It's going to be a life that's inspirational. If you are not a shining light, how can you inspire them to do anything?
They won't listen to you. If you tell your child, go to school, do this, and they're like, daddy's just here watching Jerry Springer, for example,
That's true. And, it tells me to the cycle of poverty. You see some people, they had their children at the age of 13, and they are on welfare.
And it just continues.
And they're not doing anything with their lives. And you're surprised that your child is pregnant at 13. That's all they know.
That's it.
That's all they know. That's
the kids
all they know.
They don't do what you tell them. They really do what you do. What they see you do.
That is so true. That is so true.
So you have so much going on. I know you're on the go, but I'm still going to ask you, where do you see yourself in the next 1 year? I use 1 year because it's, you know, right in front of you. I know you have big goals, but just 1 year. Where do you envision yourself, your Life and Times magazine and all that you're doing? Just a quick snippet of what you envision.
You know, we just branched into online newspaper publication in the last 6 months. We actually started, this is our 6th month anniversary. We started in January, we launched it in January.
Yes.
And it's gotten so much traction already. You know, we are publishing community news in the backdrop of the larger African society. We bring news from Africa, but we also publish local news within our community so that people can have a way to tell their stories.
Absolutely.
You know, we publish graduations, we publish celebrations, we publish things that are relevant to the community so that people can identify with that publication.
Yes.
So once we stabilize Life and Times news online, we are going to go into a little bit of television production. Actually, we have started a program called Life and Times Spotlight.
Awesome.
Life and Times Spotlight is being anchored by a South African who was a big name in TV in South Africa, Babawa Rasane.
Wow.
She just to LA. Somebody told her about Life and Times. She came here all gushing. Oh, I heard about what great things you guys are doing. I want to plug into it. And we started Life and Times Spotlight. We actually have done a few of the programs already. We've done a trailer. We've done a demo. We have done 2 of the episodes already. And we are believing God for sponsors who are going to plug in and help us take this dream to the next level. I'm actually traveling to Nigeria on the 23rd of June to meet some of our corporate sponsors who want to meet me face to face.
Wow.
And we know that we are going to get that support because it's about time that we start projecting our image and exporting what we know to the rest of the world. Time is over for us to believe that Africa is just a basket case where the West has to give us handouts. I was reading somewhere, somebody posted a video on my Facebook wall that Africa doesn't need your stinking t-shirts anymore. So we are no longer a basket case. We are exporting success around the world.
Come on now.
Can you imagine? The richest black man right now is a Nigerian, Aliko Dangote. You know, I hear he wants to buy Chelsea football club in England. So it's time that Africa launches out and starts taking the world by storm.
I agree.
I want to be part of that movement. I know KK and I will be part of that movement.
Yes, come on. Let's do this. I mean, why not? Why not? You know, it's all about unity. And I think if we can unite in our minds and in our hearts and just one at a time do something to push us a little bit forward, we'll be on the right side of history, you know, in my opinion.
So we in a nutshell, for the next one, we've done, we are comfortable with our magazine publication. It has a stable business running with the magazine arm of our publication. We are delving big time into the news side of our publishing business, and it's doing so very well right now, as I tell you. And the next step is going into multimedia television production. That's where we see ourselves going.
Well, Chike, as far as I'm concerned, the sky is not your limit. There's nothing that you can't do if you put your mind to it. And like we said earlier, you know, you just have to plant the seed and it will grow. You know,
I believe that, you know, just like we said earlier, it's all about planting. It's all about sowing and reaping. I believe so much in that. You know, if you don't plant, if you don't venture, there's no success. If you don't plant seeds, what is going to germinate? Nothing. So you can plant 1,000 seeds and pray to the Lord of harvest to give you that big, bountiful harvest. And that's what we'll do. And again, above everything, we believe that all of this is ordered by God. Because I'm strong in my Christian belief. I know that the race does not belong to the swiftest or the strongest, but to whom God showed mercy.
Come on now. Pastor is probably also...
But again, you also have to know, that you have to plant to expect a harvest.
Definitely.
If you don't plant God is not going to give you a harvest from nothing.
No, He's a
And
fair God.
you know, last weekend I took a time out with my wife. We watched at Saddleback Church in Lake Forest, and we listened.
What's our guy? The purpose-driven pastor.
Yes, Rick Warren.
Rick
We listened to what Rick. I know this is what Rick said during that sermon that we listened to. He said, you know, you have to be patient. You have to be able to wait on God. But while waiting, it does not say go to sleep. God did not say go to sleep.
You gotta keep.
And Rick used an analogy that really, really touched me. He said it's just like a woman who is pregnant. I know, Keke, when you were pregnant for the boys, you did not sit down and wait for them to come before you prepared. You had a room ready.
Yes.
You had a cot ready.
Yes.
You bought all the clothes for them.
Yes.
In expectation. You haven't even seen these kids.
But I was working towards it.
We were ready for them when Chika
and Luca came out.
And the brother arrived. You were ready.
Yes.
So that's how you expect. That's how you wait on the Lord.
That's right.
You prepare and get ready for that big time, that big harvest that's going to come. Because if the big harvest comes and you don't even have a band to keep the harvest, it will go to waste.
Exactly.
If you harvest 1,000 yams and you don't have a band to keep the yams, it will go to waste. So while we are waiting on the Lord, we have to be really, really prepared and our hand on the till.
Come on now. I'm getting goosebumps already because I see this harvest is going to overflow from my side to your side, and we're just going to be sharing our harvest.
That's true.
So I have one final thought. Somebody's watching this and they're like, man, this Chike guy, now wow, is he for real? I mean, I'm here, I'm scared, I'm a guy like him too, or I'm a girl, but I have the similar dreams. You know, talk to that person that's watching, and perhaps maybe something you say might inspire them to move beyond thinking about it, to start to do something, to prepare for the harvest.
You know, I'll tell you a story in trying to respond to that and in trying to inspire them out there. There's a young girl that is my wife's very good friend.
Yes.
She was a nurse, went through a crappy marriage, got a divorce. She was like feeling in the dumps at that point in time. And she told me, you know what, I am at a place where I'm not doing what I love to do. I want to become a medical doctor. And we talked. I said, look, prayed. I said, go ahead and live your dreams. Impossible is nothing. Impossible is nothing. It's not a word, you know. Yes. There's nothing like impossible. I said, go ahead and live your dreams. And she applied to some medical schools and went to Europe to do medicine. And yesterday she graduated from medical school to do pre-shots exam. She graduated from medical school yesterday. Wow. You know, she sent the picture to my wife, and I wrote her back. I said, you remember what I told you 4 years ago? Impossible is nothing.
You know, my child, me goosebumps, and I just thought about that word impossible, right? All you have to do is just put a little apostrophe. Yes. I am possible.
Yes.
And she did it by God's grace and with your encouragement.
So the thing is, go ahead. My child to everybody out there is, go ahead and live your dream. Start today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start incrementally. The things you can do, the things that are under your control. At least the least you can do is write down what you want to do.
That's a start.
It doesn't cost you anything. That's a start. Then write down what you want to do. Go ahead and look for destiny partners that will help you make that dream possible. Wow. Start today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Awesome. Because if you wait till tomorrow, time does not wait for you. That tomorrow is endless. Tomorrow is endless. You keep procrastinating, and at the end of the day, you die with that beautiful dream that you had. So go ahead and live it today. And for those who live in America, the beauty about this country is that America presents you with limitless opportunities for growth.
Honestly.
There's just about anything you can do in this country. This is a country that rewards hard work. There are some societies that don't reward hard work, but I can tell you from a personal point of view that America rewards hard work. So go out there, live your dream, and believe that the God of harvest will give you a bountiful harvest.
Amen.
Thank you very
much. To that. Thank you so much, Chike, for just sharing these beautiful words of wisdom and encouragement and inspiration. And I knew you would be perfect for this. I will definitely invite you again because I know there's so much more. There's a couple more books in you. I know it. I am prophesying that you're going to write a book about how to love a woman the way you love your wife. I'm prophesying that because you are such a great example. You move that ego to the side and you do it right. You may not do it right the first time, but you know what? You keep trying and trying, and guess what? You are on the path. And
that's true.
it's all...
And loving your wife, regardless of everything, doesn't make you vulnerable. It makes you stronger. That's
Come on now. That's another show. We're going to do another show on that. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much, Chike. Have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll be in touch with you.
Thank you, Keke.
Take care.
Bless
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.